I, Samantha Fezentawe. Welcome to Political Issues, the podcast that breaks down politics in Botswana and beyond. I'm your guide through complex, ever-changing world of governance, elections, and policy making. Each week, we sit down with experts, activists, and everyday citizens to have a candid conversation about the issues that matters most. From corruption scandals to youth engagement in politics, from governance challenges to policy shifts. We are here to unpack it all with facts, insight, and different perspectives. Today, we kick things off with critical discussion: the state of politics in Botswana, where we are now, and what the future holds. Let's dive in. Botswana has long been considered one of Africa's most stable democracies, but in recent years, political dynamics have shifted. Today, we'll explore the current landscape, the key players, the challenges, and the opportunities for change. Joining us is Ms. Rethabile Phiri, a political analyst and a researcher who has been closely following the Botswana's governance trends. Welcome, Mrs. Phiri.
Thank you for having me.
And we are joined by Mr. Jedediah Mugere, a student activist and a youth leader, to share their perspective. Welcome.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to join.
Mrs. Phiri, what was Botswana's politics in the past decade?
For the past 10 years, we've been ruled by one party, which for me it wasn't a good thing, as they haven't brought much change. And now, the past year, we chose a new political party, which we wish it will fulfill the wishes, the needs, the wants of us as citizens.
Let's hear from Mr. Jedediah Mugere.
Well, in the past decade, one ruling party has been in power, and they've brought on a lot of promises, but we haven't seen change. Most of the promises are catered to the elderly, the youth, I feel, are neglected. So I feel we can do something about that to empower the youth, to involve them more in the political system. Yeah.
What steps can be taken to bridge the gap between the policymakers and the people? Mrs. Phiri?
The stuff that can be made to bridge the gap. Creation of platforms that will reach out everyone regarding everything that's going around in the government system. We do know that meetings can be held, but they do not help. But I think there can be more of meetings and people be educated on politics.
Let's go to Mr. Mugere. As a youth leader, what is the major barrier of youth in the political system?
Well, the voices of the youth are not really heard in the political space. But with the new ruling party, we've seen a change, the stepping stone being the young and newly elected Lesotho Chombo. So I think there's high time youth are involved in the political system.
Let's hear Mrs. Phiri, your opinion.
I don't have much to say, but I would like to say I'm pleased by what the new government has done. We're told about the increasement of money when it comes to all these pensionable funds. So right now they have experienced that, but for students, quite the opposite, because they were told that they were gonna be given an allowance of 2.5, which now is a big issue. It did not happen, so we'll see about that.
Okay. What challenge does the public face? Are the public interested and like how the political system is running in Botswana?
For now, they are impressed, but for the past years they weren't, which is why they chose another party, because they felt there was too much corruption. and they were not heard at all.
Okay. Let's hear from Mr. McGarry.
Well, I feel in this past elections, the people were tired. We're tired of the false promises. We're tired of the doctrine. We're tired of how the party has been leading the country. The public we have been put in a place that they're not really teaching us much about politics. All we know is that you have to go vote. If you are 16 and above, you can vote. But they're not explaining to us why. There are no curriculums telling us how these politics systems work. So I feel we as the public are not really involved. So how can we vote for a party if we don't really know about voting for how the system works? So, yeah.
Looking at the mandate or promises that the ruling party now, which is the opposition party, has made, are you impressed with them? What can you say about the mandate? Or are they going to fulfill their promises, or it's going to be like the same like the past party?
Well, so far we've seen good news and bad news. There are a lot of speculation and allegations, but so far, like I said at the beginning, the new elected member of parliament, which is a youth, Lesotho Chombo. So that's one change that we've seen, that there are now more youth involved in the parliament system. As far as the promises, creating the jobs they've promised from the memorandum, I mean, it's quite a lot, but like they said, they have 4 years to fulfill all these promises. So I guess time will tell. But so far, it's promising.
Mrs. Spear, while democracy in Botswana remains strong, challenges persist corruption allegations. As you said, you were talking about the corruption allegations. What do you think are the biggest hurdles facing Botswana leadership today? What can be done to reduce the corruption allegations or to curb it?
A sense of transparency, unity, cooperation, and involving the citizens more in whatever that they're doing. I think that will create something.
Let's hear Mr. McGarry about the corruption allegations. What do you think?
I think the key issue here is accountability. No one is ever held accountable for their actions. We have had the scandals, the money missing, the funds being used for personal gain. So even now, nobody has been held accountable. Even with the new ruling party, news are going on about how they've used 1 million to buy furniture. If that's saying they're cutting down on costs but using 1 million to buy furniture and also increasing the allowances, that's kind of not really going on what you promised, is it?
Okay, I know that we have the organizations that are currently working on the corruptions in Botswana, like Ombudsman and DCC. What do you think about those organizations? Are they doing their job or they're just sitting there?
Well, it's one thing to do your job, but we've seen in the past years how the system works in our country. The only way to rise up in power has always been through corruption. So yes, those people in the high positions do get money, but money is what talks in this country. So though it's their job, but I mean, we've seen the evidence that we need to see. So no, I don't think they're doing that job.
Mrs. Peter, I heard you talking about transparency. Can you elaborate more about the transparency and corruption allegations by the leadership?
Okay. Transparency. The leaders being transparent with the citizens. That is the people who say they're gonna serve them. Not hiding anything from them. We know it's rare to do that, but they should try by all means to give them all the information that they need.
You know that for the public to know some things, they have to go through media. but all the journalists, there are things like media limitation freedom. What do you say about that? Since you say it will be like transparency.
Well, as an individual, I feel like that is kind of correlated because we as people, we need the truth. We don't need nothing else. And I think regarding those rights of the media, they should be given, what is it called? Uh,
Freedom of speech.
yeah, thank you.
Okay. Let's talk about the youth. How can we make youth participate in the political system, and what steps can we take to implement those, Mr. Mugabe?
Well, we can start by implementing political education in our education system because that's been lacking. There's not really much that we're taught about growing up, so we kind of just go into adulthood and then just learn about how the political system works from people who've been here for decades and how it works. So they could do a better job by implementing it into the universities and yeah.
Let's hear Mrs. Spear. Opinion.
I agree with Mr. Mogera on that one. I mean, it should start from primary. That curriculum should have a political subject or something because at the end of the day, we want people to serve us. And those people, they need us to what? To vote for them. How am I going to vote when I don't know anything about politics and I'm just told to go vote someone who at this point doesn't even know my needs and wants?
Okay, so do you believe when we start teaching politics in early stage, primary stage, do you think the youth will participate more in the future in political system?
I would like to say yes. Look for now, for instance, the youth are the one who had more voice compared to the old ones. That is why there's change now.
Okay, let's hear Mr. Mugera about the youth unemployment. What can you say about the youth unemployment?
The youth unemployment has been an epidemic in our country, and like the new opposition party in power has promised to create more jobs. I feel as a country, being the youth, it shouldn't be the government's job to create employment for us. They've already empowered us with the skills. We all have different sectors. We have mining, we have tourism, we have the media. We should be creating employment for ourselves. So, yeah.
When you talk about money, I heard that we are running short of money. Can you elaborate more when you say you have money? Do you mean the government have money or us? Some of us as youth, we don't have money to start our own businesses or organizations.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that. That is why the government has created organizations like CEDA, where you can apply for a grant. So you come with a business proposal on which company you want to start. So that doesn't just apply to media, it applies to agriculture, it applies to all sectors. So this is what I mean by if our government did more in teaching us about these things and how they actually work. Most people don't know about these grants or how to even acquire them or the requirements needed to meet what is needed. So yeah.
Interesting. Let's hear Mrs. Peel. Your opinion on that.
On what?
On what Mr. Mugera said, you can just add or correct something.
No, I got nothing to add on.
Okay. Do you think in the next coming years, will we have the youth unemployment will be reduced or it will be increased?
Well, we have more people graduating than jobs available, so I think it's a mindset thing. So if we can shift our mindset from waiting for someone to give us something rather than use what we have, we're always going to be left behind.
Okay. a lot today: the current state of politics, governance, challenges, and youth engagement. But what does the future hold? To wrap up, let's hear from both our guests. What's one key change you would like to see in Botswana's political landscape in the next 5 years? Ms. Piri?
I think this is an individual thing, man. It's about perseverance, working together, and see if something works for you.
Okay, Mr. Mugera?
Well, I certainly want to see more youth in the political and decision-making spaces. If we are the leaders of tomorrow, we gotta have this kind of discussions as a nation to see a way forward.
Powerful insights. Change starts with informed conversations like this, and more importantly, action. That's it for today's episode of Political Issues. We hope this discussion has sparked your thoughts and inspired you to stay engaged in Botswana political landscape. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with friends. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember your voice matters.